Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for your patience. Sorry, totally my fault. I couldn't get my headphones to connect, so I wouldn't have been able to hear anything that Emma was saying to me this evening, which wouldn't have been very good. So thank you very much for your patience this evening. So obviously, as you will have seen from the title and from my posts over the last couple of days, we have Emma from Studio 77 again. So you will have hopefully have seen Emma's previous episode on the podcast, sort of autumn time last year, where obviously we chatted all about how she got into bag making and as her sort of previous career in costume design. And I thought it would be really fun to get Emma back on to chat about all the exciting things that she has had going on and all the exciting things that she is going to be doing this year. So without further ado, let's bring in Emma.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you for your patience while we got my earphones working.
That's all right. To be honest, I needed a bit of a breather, so it's all good.
Yeah.
It's been one of those days.
Yeah, it has for me. I've literally been back in the house about half an hour.
Oh gosh, yeah, similar.
Yeah, I got back in the house from Leeds about half an hour ago.
Oh
So I've had
wow.
a quick cup of tea. It was going to be a gin, but I didn't think a drunk podcast would be a good idea.
I don't know. We should try that. We could try that one time.
Yeah. Have you seen the ones where they do the ones where they talk about true crime and drink gin, wine and stuff, and it's quite fun. So,
No.
maybe I could give it a try.
Yeah, I
But
think I'd like that. So
I mean, I might change my mind and I might get Andy to pass me one in. Who
Well, that would
knows?
just be mean because I don't have anyone to pass me one, so you're not allowed.
Yeah, this is where our distance between us isn't good. We need to rectify that and move closer together.
I know. Oh, just have a big
And
sewing studio together. That would be good.
like the Tula Pink one that we've just been looking at on Instagram.
Yes. Has everybody seen Tula's new studio? Oh my goodness. It
That would
is
be amazing.
just like, think of the most amazing sewing studio and times it by 10, and they're kind of close.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Andy's just confirming that the sound is all good. We've got loads of people in the chat. I'm not kind of going to go through all the names, but we've got Donna, Maureen, Lynn, Sue, Pesky Gremlins.
Yeah.
Sabine, Pam, Lynn is here all the way from New Zealand. I've just been talking about New Zealand today. Hazel's got beer and Pringles.
Well, now you're just showing off.
In Elaine, and I might have talked Elaine into nipping downstairs and getting one, but I might wait till after. But I think a gin is definitely called for today.
Oh yeah, I've got a cocktail in the fridge. I'm totally going straight to that fridge after this.
I'll have to make do with my snidey version of Sprite for the time being, but it will do. It will do for now.
Oh,
so, but thank you for giving up some of your evening tonight, because I know how hectic things are for you, how much of a busy life you lead.
Thank you. Well, it's
So
lovely to
really
be here.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Thank you
it's
for
always
asking
fun.
me. Yeah, it's always fun. And as you know, I've always got a million things to be talking about, so it's fun to come back and share all the news and all the hot sort of news that is going on in the studio that I can share with you. Exciting.
Yes, there's always lots of fun things going on, and always lots of fun things landing on my doorstep from you.
I've had quite a few people saying, "Oh no, I missed out on the January boxes because I had some. I think I only had 10 extra this time." And the main reason for that is that I've physically run out of boxes. So I've got the inside product, but I don't have the actual boxes. So as soon as I get more boxes in, I'll have some more.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. And depending on how well they go, I will then have extra items for Stitch Festival as well.
Oh, which is when? Stitch Festival
So that
when?
is the 20th to the 23rd of March.
Which is when I am on holiday.
It's just, yeah, very disappointed. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
I'm not angry with you, I'm just disappointed in you.
Oh, that's all right. You can just send me some nice photos of whatever you do, like having a cocktail or something.
Yeah.
I'll let you off.
I know, it was so, because was it when we were at Knitting and Stitching, wasn't it? And we were talking about the Stitch Festival, and I was saying how I would come down and help again, and that I'd possibly just come down for the full time this time and just help for the full, because it was the sort of Wednesday to Friday that I helped the last time. I was like, yeah, I'll just come down and help for the full time this time, it'll be fine. And then something just clicked in my head, and I was like, what's the dates again? And when you gave me the dates, I was like, I'm not going to be here. And I was like, I mean, I'm so excited to go on holiday.
Yeah.
I am excited to go on holiday. I'm very much in need of a holiday. But I am actually really gutted that it clashes. And just that week. Like if it had been the week before, the week after, it would have been perfect, because then I would have had a holiday and been able to go to Stitch Festival and help you. But it is what it is. I'm just going to have to live vicariously through your stories, and
yes,
and you'll have to live vicariously through mine.
Yeah, exactly. If on the note about Stitch Festival, if anybody is wanting to come and they haven't got their ticket yet, you can use my code Studio77. I think it's all capitals. I don't get anything for that, but you get some money off. So
cool. If you double check that code,
yeah,
and send it to me, I will add it into the description box for this. And then if anybody's watching this back between now and the Stitch Festival and wants to get some discount off their tickets, they can get some discount off their tickets. Andy says he's also sorry that he can't help out, but he is also away. I mean, what's the odds that he's going to be away at the same time?
What's the odds? I know.
Yeah.
Some might say you were going together. That would be a vicious rumour.
Don't tell the husband. Sophie says she's watching while munching dark chocolate digestives and sipping tea. Sounds like a perfect evening.
Yes. Yeah.
So what are your plans for Stitch Festival? Because this is the second, well, it's the third time that you've done Stitch Festival, but it's the second time that you've kind of done it kind of on your own. Because the first time that you did it with the trimming shop, didn't you?
No, the first time I did the trimming shop was at Knitting and Stitching Show.
Right.
In October. Right. So this is the second time at Stitch Festival. Yeah, and the last time, in case you went last time, or if you didn't, I had a 2.5 meter stand, and it was in a really good position. It was a lovely position, easy to find. But if you haven't been before, there's like a mezzanine all the way around the main hall, and how they lay out the mezzanine kind of stands is there's sort of like this against the barrier going along, so you have like a corridor here, so people go in and then out like this. But because I was in the corner by the barrier, I know you know, Deb, but because I was in the corner, people couldn't physically get to me. So I had loads of people saying, I saw you, but I couldn't get near you, and then I ran out of time, or I forgot, whatever. So this time, I'm at the back of the hall behind the stage, and I have I have 7 meters, kind of. So I have 5 meters Studio 77. So I'm hoping that you can't miss me. And I'm going to have my big neon sign as well.
I love it. It's fab.
Thank you.
I'm jealous.
And then I'm also with Stash Hub as well. Lovely Yvette and Doug. So they're going to be. So that's why I say it's sort of 7. So I've got 5. They've got the sort of part of it as well. So yeah, it's going to be lots of fun. Come and say hello to us, and yeah, get some cool stuff. So I'm going to have all of my excess stock from the Bag Makers box. I'm going to just bring it along. I don't tend to sell it online because, as you know, Deb, it takes a lot of time to pack and ship all the different products. So I don't tend to offer that normally. So this is my way of kind of like, come and have a little kind of look at all my treasures and see what you can get from previous boxes. Maybe you've had previous boxes and you want to get something extra, you might find it. Or maybe you've seen some of Deb's unboxings and been like, oh, I really like that fabric, but maybe I don't want a whole box. Then this is your chance.
I actually brought out of my car some of my Advent box bag with me. So this was pretty much everything that was in the Advent box went into this bag. So there may be some of these goodies left.
I have to say there's not many from the Advent box. Not many at all.
It was so popular, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I've got some. I have definitely got some of the handmade tags. I definitely don't have any fabric. Even I think the only one that I've kept for myself is one that had a floor on it. So, yeah, I think. Oh, and I've got one actually that I made with my Bag Makers box as well.
Oh, and that's your new pattern in the 77 Club, isn't it?
It is. This is the Cabay, yeah. So I was like, oh, I'm going to just use the contents of the Advent box to make it with, because why not? Not the pulls, I will add. They're just standard pulls, but yeah. So I've definitely got some of these tags. But sadly, you know, it's classic. I'm kicking myself that I didn't buy more, but what can you do? I don't have storage at the moment, really. I say I don't have storage. My whole front, so behind me here, this wall is the front part of my garage. So there's, I think, 3 meters there, and that is jam-packed full of my stuff. There's not much family stuff in there, and that's where it all is. So yeah.
Andy's pretty much going to be coming into the comments going, oh, welcome to my world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it does take over, doesn't it?
It does,
and,
yeah.
And you don't realise how much space things take up. You sort of think, oh, well, I'll order this, I'll order that, and then you sort of start to unpack it and find places for it, and you're like, where am I going to put it all?
Yeah, so even like right now, I've got, like, I have to always make sure it's out of shot, but I've got some of the March, making sure I got the right month, the March Bag Makers box just off screen, just to be really teasing. But yeah, it's like just surrounding me. It looks like my workroom's really neat and tidy, but everywhere else, we've talked about this before, you're the same, aren't you? Everywhere else is just like, just don't look.
Yeah. Organized chaos.
Yeah, it works. I remember lovely Mel, who you know, came over to help with my box packing. Sorry, with my words, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, it doesn't look like this online."
I took a picture and put it on my YouTube community tab yesterday because we put up some new lights. Well, the old lights are just in a new space. Because there's just, you'll know what it's like. There's lights everywhere. And it's just, and I was like, oh God, it's not as tidy as I'd like it to be. Because there's bits everywhere. But yeah, Andy's saying, yeah, we need space for another industrial machine.
Yeah, see, Andy, I need you to speak to my husband to get him into sewing, because then I might have a bit more say and stuff. But bless him, he's very good about, like, we have a bay window and normally that is jam-packed full of boxes. But I've been very good and I've tried to put them elsewhere, so the lounge is normal at the moment. So yeah.
Andy's also commenting on saying we put up the new lights. Like I had a helping hand. I directed where they needed to be.
Yeah.
and I held the light while he put the bracket up. So
Yeah,
it was a
key,
joint effort.
yeah, joint effort.
Mhm. There is the famous way. I'm like, I've been thinking, which usually means I need him to do something.
Him to do it. See, in this house, my husband, love him, but he's not a handyman at all. So if anything needs doing, I do it.
Yeah,
So yeah, that can be a bit frustrating because given my time constraints, it basically means it doesn't get done.
yeah. And it can be so hard to juggle everything, can't it? Sort of, because you have the bag maker's box, you have your pattern designing, you have the club,
Mm-hmm.
you have your YouTube. So, and you obviously have a family life as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I
how
mean,
do you juggle it all without losing your
exploding.
marbles, basically?
Today
Tell me.
today I almost did lose my marbles and almost did explode. Yeah, so today I had one at Brownies until 7:30. Luckily, I share lifts with another family, so this was my not on week. So thank goodness for that. But meanwhile, I had to drop the eldest at swimming. But also at the same time as dropping her at swimming, I also had the parents' evening portal go live. And you know what that's like. You have to be on it to get the times. Also had that. So I was like, right, timed it well, dropped her off early, had my tea already cooked. So I knew as soon as I came home, I'd like eat my tea, do the portal booking, get ready for you. But meanwhile, put the little one to bed when she got back. So great. It was all going well. I was going to get exactly back on 7:00 after dropping her off. I pull out from the swimming pool where I was dropping her, and she rings me and she says, "Mummy, it's cake night." And we have a rota, and every now and then somebody has to bring in cake. And if you don't bring in cake, obviously it's really upsetting for them. They're doing a 2-hour full-on training session in the pool. I was like, oh my gosh. So I literally like raced to Tesco's, grabbed 24 cupcakes, raced them back, knowing that full well that the portal was live. I was like, ah. Anyway, got back, ate my dinner. The little one came through the door, put her to bed, and then ran down. I was like, I did it all. Everyone survived. We're good.
Yeah.
So that was a very long answer, but basically, I just wing it and do my best and hope that it all works out. And 99.9% of the time, I don't drop any balls.
I was just going to say it's all them balls, isn't it?
It's just all the balls, and you just have to hope. That somebody said to me, "You've got all these balls in the air, and you just have to hope that you don't drop a glass one." And I think that's a really good analogy. Is he bringing you a drink? That's just rude.
It's not even a little one either. It's quite a big one.
My husband's
Bless
away,
him.
so I haven't got that.
Oh,
Hence all the juggling. Otherwise, it wouldn't be quite so bad. But yeah, most of the time I am winging it, but I'm trying to get better on the winging it when it comes to social media, putting posts up and stuff like that. So
it's
yeah.
so hard to sort of like, do the social media, do the actual thing
that you're selling and that is your livelihood. Yeah.
That pays the bills, but tell people about the thing that pays the bills, which is the social media. Send the emails, eat, wash, wash the clothes, clean the house.
Yeah.
It's see your family, see your friends.
Sort out the pets.
Here's the saying, cheers.
Cheers. I love that.
Oh, Andy, you're trying to get me drunk. That's because I don't drink very much, actually. So you will not see me drink very much of that because
is it strong?
Yeah, and I'm not a big drinker. Wouldn't be saying thank you, Sue. And yeah, it can just be so hard to do all of the things all of the time, and sort of not, like say, drop the balls or find it overwhelming. And
yes,
I'm going to kind of come back to sort of community here because I know people hear me harping on and banging on about community. And I always laugh because when I do this, I always think of that phrase in Gladiator when he talks about, about republic. Like I always, that's the phrase that comes to my mind. That sort of that scene in the film, because I do harp on about it so much. But I think you're the same as me. That is the thing that drives you. That is the thing that when you're tired, when you feel like you're keeping all of those things going. Seeing people making your patterns, seeing people loving the box, especially all the love that you had for the Advent box and we had for your Advent box. That'll be the thing that keeps you going, keeps 100%. You pushing through.
Yeah, and then if there's occasionally a little bump in the road, like I had this morning, if you know what I'm talking about, and then the community they always just come together and then lift me up, and it really, I can't tell you how much it helps. Like just knowing that people have got your back and that they appreciate what you're doing is just so important. And I don't think, and I'm sure you will agree with me, that it's so hard to convey how grateful I am, and I'm sure you are, for the community, because it means not only that we've got the support online for creativity, but it means that we can literally do our dream job, which is just like amazing. And I always try to tell, I know this sounds really cheesy. I appreciate that. Like, it's not very British maybe to be so cheesy, but I'm always telling the kids like how grateful I am, like having done what I strived for with my dream job, being in costumes and film, which I absolutely loved, but then it turning out to be something so very different and so very draining mentally, time, not being able to see your family and all that. But hey, I worked on this film. Well, that's great. But if you literally haven't got anything else, because the film world just strips you of everything, what's the point? Whereas now it's a million miles away from where I was, and I'm just so grateful for all of the support, and being able to make that a reality is pretty awesome.
And I suppose you'll be like me as well, that I'm sure you find that you're forever learning.
Always.
Like you sort of learn as much from people in the community as what you feel like you give to that community. Like
100%.
Like people will sort of say to me, like, oh, like you teach, and I go, I don't teach, I facilitate. Like I'll share what I know, but I learn as much from other people. I might not learn how to do something, but I'll learn a different way to do something. I'll learn a new way to do something, and I might blend ways to do things. So, I'm forever learning. I'm forever bringing new ways to do things or trying new things. And I think that is the beauty of community, is it's forever keeping you on your toes and forever sort of like pushing you to not necessarily be better, but to grow, to sort of learn.
I think when I was at uni, my costume teacher, she was amazing, Biddy her name was, and I remember her saying, the day you stop learning is the day you quit. And I just think it's a really powerful phrase, because like you say, you're always learning, and I think there's so much fun to learning and to expanding your knowledge in whatever way that is, whether that's learning about your business, learning about a new social media thing, like I'm trying to learn Pinterest at the moment, as I know you know, and or even if it's or even if it's just learning bag making through me or you, or like us learning other skills that we can then use to teach, exactly like you say, different ways of doing things. there's always like a million ways to do it. Doesn't mean that my way is the right way. I always
Yeah.
say that, like, sometimes you post something and they'll be like, well, no, you need to do it like this. No, there's not one way. It's not a one-way street. There's like 15, probably more, different ways to do a zipper pocket. But this is the way I do it. It doesn't mean that this is the way that you're going to love, but it might be the way that you're going to love. So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And as Pam just said there in the chat, click the wrong one. Every day is a school day.
Yes.
That's one of my favourite sayings. I probably say that at least about 3 times a week. Every day is a school day.
I've definitely heard you say that before.
Yeah. Susie, the community is great in both clubs. If you ask a question, there is always somebody there to help. And that I've seen that kind of come up in the chat by quite a few different people who said the same thing.
Yeah.
Elaine saying there, the day I can't sew, I will be devastated. Yeah. I haven't sewn today and I'm quite devastated.
I haven't sewn for days, weeks probably. In fact, it is weeks. Yeah. It's just what happens when you think that being a designer, like, oh, you'd be sewing every day. No, I've spent nearly 2 weeks plotting out the design on Illustrator for my new design.
I'm not saying anything.
I was going to grab it and pull it in, but I thought I won't do that because I haven't shown my club members yet, and not all of them are here, so it might be a bit mean. But you'll have to watch this space. I will just say
you really do.
that I put it in my tester group. So I have a private Facebook group for testers, and I put it in there, and I think they were the most excited I've ever seen them.
I think I was the most excited I've ever been.
Yeah, that's always a good sign. It's something that the design, I know I'm really teasing now, but it's something that I've had planned in my mind to have this multi-optional thing, that's what I will say, for at least 3 years. Like, it's just been there, and I'm like, just do the thing already. Like, just do it.
Sometimes we can build it up though, can't we? We like talk ourselves out of it a little bit and like, no, it's too hard, or
I knew
it's going to be too involved, or
I knew it was going to take a lot, in Illustrator to bring it to life, all the different shapes and different things. And I think I was putting it off a bit because of that. But anyway, it's fine. It's getting there. I've nearly done all the basic shapes, and then I'm going to go on to the zhuzhi bit. Without saying.
Brian's saying that we don't know what we don't know. So if we think we know it all, we don't, which is
absolutely
very, very true.
Yeah.
But what you were saying there about sort of, doing all the designing and, I say that to people all the time, like having a sewing business means not sewing or sewing way less than what you think.
Yeah.
Because it's taken up with like business and, all the sort of behind the scenes tasks, the running of everything, which, some of it can be fun. I think me and you are very similar, and I think that's why we kind of get on so well, is we're both quite geeky. We both kind of enjoy that sort of quite a lot of the back end parts of it, the understanding why things do the way that they do, and and I think a lot of people know this about me and you as well, as we kind of share a lot of things. You'll find out something and, oh, did you know that this does this? And I'll find out something and I'll tell you, did you know this does this? And I really enjoy that. I am one of life's sharers. I don't like to gatekeep things, but it does, that part of it, that business part of it does mean that you don't actually get to do the thing that you love the most, which is
I mean, I'm sure you have the same. I mean, every day I spend about an hour, 2 hours on emails answering questions, or like just dealing with different things, like planning for the Stitch Festival, for example. Obviously, I've got to speak to people about that, organize that, so when you think, like, because I have kids still at school and I have to do the school run both ways, Obviously I try and do, or maybe not obviously, but I try and do stuff afterwards when I can. But my kids are really like into their clubs, and so every night there's something different. And like I explained earlier, like the logistics can be like go, slotting things in, trying to make it work. Like, when am I physically going to eat? So realistically, I have between 9 and 3, and that's it, or it's the evening. And to be honest, most evenings I'm working as well, which I don't like, but it is what it is. But yeah, so it's just like you say, it's making everything work within that time frame can be quite tricky. But like I said as well, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. So
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
I mean, my kids are older. You know, I don't do school runs. You know, but the beauty is of, you know, doing what we do and having our own business is that we can make it work. We can, you know, you can do the school run, you can do all the school clubs. You know, I can drop everything today like I have done and go and move my daughter into new student accommodation because that's what's needed to happen. Because I have that ability to do that while also doing something that I'm immensely passionate about.
I mean, if I was still in the film industry, my kids wouldn't be doing any of those clubs, not even one. There's just no way. I didn't get home till at least 8. So, you know, there's just no way. So it's pretty amazing.
I was the same in the career that I was in before, because it was very regimented to like appointments, and you know, they weren't really movable, and you know, so it was, I think people used to think, oh, you're self-employed, you can do what you want. No. Very much the opposite. It was very, very different.
I do think people wonder what you're doing all day, but if they could be a fly on the wall, I think they'd be very surprised.
Like, I quite often sort of get up, I have my list of what I need to do, and then Andy will walk in the door and I'm like, whoa.
How did that
where
happen?
did that day go? Like, it's so quick. So you've hinted a little bit there at the March box sitting just out of camera shot, and you've sort of posted about having the next 2 boxes in planning. So I'm really interested in sort of where you sort of get your inspiration from for your boxes, because you just always seem to hit the mark. Doesn't matter what sort of colour or theme, you just always seem to have something that people love. I mean, I know obviously I was the inspiration for the advent boxes. The amount of people who said, obviously, it was me.
Yeah, but no one's complaining, are they?
No. Definitely not me.
It is a good question. I think because I actually don't get to sew that much, it's just really, really nice to pick out different colours. I guess I've always been in a design kind of role, even though I wasn't designing in the film industry, but I've always had that kind of eye for colour and patterns. And I try and make things go together that are more, how do I say it, more for the masses, if that sounds okay, and not like dogs. I would never do a box that is all like dog themed, because you probably don't have a dog, or you probably don't even like dogs, like, or you may have dogs, but that's fine, but you can go and get that from elsewhere. So it is quite hard to not always do it floral, I will admit that. I try, but like the last box, that's one of the reasons why I went for that kind of inky one. I don't even have it.
I've got some here, 2 seconds. Because I've got mine already cut out. Go me.
I saw. So did you see that I've subscribed to your YouTube?
I did, because I was going to put it.
See all your excitement going on.
Emma is one of my YouTube members, so gets to see my behind the scenes chat,
which is exciting.
So this I've cut out as a passion flower, and I have this colour picked out for sort of the main panel, and then some black accent, because there's quite a lot of pink in this. And you know, I'm not a massive pink person, but I do really love this. So I thought, if I bring out the purple and the black, this would be right up my street.
I remember you saying something. I don't know if you said it on chat or on a live or something, but you said, I'm not really a pink person. And I was like, oh.
But I love it.
You've got a pink box coming. But obviously I didn't.
But even though I'm a pink person, I do love this. So I think, like, the ability to have somebody who isn't a pink person to still love this box is a talent.
Oh,
it is a
thank
talent.
you. I just I try and, I guess I don't know, maybe it's from having quite a few different businesses in different genres of stuff, that I always try and think from the customer's point of view. Like, obviously I'm going to choose things that I like, because there's a selfish element of that. But like I have said before, I don't actually get to sew that much unless it's for my own designs. Unfortunately, that's just fact. So realistically, I'm not going to be able to make that much with it, but it's still nice to, because we all know that fabric hoarding is a different hobby. So it's 100%. Still nice to kind of, you know, stroke all the pretty fabrics and hoard them. So yeah, I'm just always, I try and not do like two florals next to each other box wise, you know, like from one box to the next. And then it's just thinking, seeing what people are liking online when other people are posting up their bags, like, oh, okay, they really like, people, I know that people are really into that like alcohol ink look, hence the pink and black. And then I just searched for the design, found that design, and then was like, oh, I think people are going to like this. And then I asked my supplier for a base that was similar to the bonded nylon. And she sent me some samples, and then I was like, oh, this is similar but different. And so I was like, what do you call this? And then she said, oh, we just call it waterproof canvas. And I was like, yeah, but it's not just waterproof canvas. So that's why I called
that lovely feel to the back, hasn't it?
So that's why I called it twill waterproof canvas, because it has got that slight like texture on the top. Anyway, so I was really excited about that. And then with the next box, I will say that I said, oh, can you do this without giving anything away? And she said, oh yeah. And she just sent me loads of like images, and I was like, yep, I'll have that one, please. And I'll have it in this color, and away we go. What else can you do? And so, yeah, so sometimes I will just send her images that I'll see online and be like, can you get this? Can you get something similar to this? And then she'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, why have you not told me about this? You're holding all the good stuff back from me.
Stop holding it back.
Stop holding it back. Show me, like, I want all the cool stuff. But then, yeah, so, and then I will just say that Gail, lovely Gail, I don't know if she's here. One of my members, Gail, I've been chatting with her, and I'm like, are you okay not having spoilers? Because she gets my boxes and she's like, no, it's fine. So we've been doing some chatting as well, and she's asked for different things. And then obviously I did the post that you might have seen. I did that in all my groups saying, right, I'm starting to think about the next boxes, hence that's where this whole conversation came from, isn't it? What do you want to see? And then people have put requests on there, and I will say that at least 2 of the requests are definitely in the works anyway, so that's exciting to get that kind of confirmation. And then it's just, yeah, finding different designs, pulling them together, getting them made in different things, finding things that match. I think the biggest question, the same question I get asked so many times, every single time, is where did you get X from? I want to get more. And I feel so bad, because I'm like, you can't get any more, because I had it designed and made in that colorway, in that, you know, base. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, but
it wasn't been so good.
Just
but I suppose that Yeah, but that's the beauty of like the boxes, is that they are exclusive,
Yeah,
that you can't
exactly.
get it anywhere else.
Yeah, and that's really fun, that now that I've grown to be able to do that has just been really nice to be able to kind of design anything I want and have it made into products and put them in the box for people to get something that's really unique. Like at first, I designed the box to be just not just, but stuff that I could see the friends in America getting easily. I was like, well, how do I get that to the UK? Okay, let's do a subscription box. And then now it's evolved to I have loads of American. Oh, apologies for the guinea pigs in the background. Just started
It's all
squeaking.
right.
Don't know if you can hear them.
My dogs often bark, so I'm fine.
Every now and then they squeak randomly. And yeah, so it started off like that I just wanted to get the same stuff that our US friends get. And now it's evolved so much into, like I say, I've got quite a few American customers, subscribers now, because they want the stuff that we get that they can't get, which is really cool. That it's like kind of, it's not cool for them because they have to pay shipping, but it's, it's really nice that it's for us that it's turned around.
But I mean, when you're getting something designed and made up exclusively, the minimum order quantities are quite substantial. So when you're first starting off and you're starting off a subscription box where you've maybe got 15 or 20 people subscribing, like that isn't something that's an option to you, because those minimum order quantities are way more than 15 or 20 people. So the fact that you've been able to grow to now be able to have things made and offer them is amazing.
Yeah, I'm really
It's such an
proud.
achievement.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud about it. I would like to expand and have the ability to just have that like buy more in when I do a box. So almost buy like maybe double and then just have that in stock to be able to sell it. That would be the next step. I don't know if that will ever happen. But it would be, yeah, I don't think I'd ever like kind of go into like, you know, what you do, where people can literally get all the different things for their project, which is an amazing thing. But mine would be a different sort of go together with that, but different.
Yeah.
So
It's hard to juggle, to know how to run your business so that it works, and how to run your business so that it works for you as well.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would involve premises, that would involve staff, because there's just no way that I can pick and pack every day, even twice a week. You know, there's just no way I could do that. I'm working to try and figure things out. Like I've got a couple of people that I'm working with to help me in various aspects of my business, but that's still too far away at the moment. But who knows? You never know. We've just watched two like building the most amazing workshop, so there's hope.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. Like, people will sort of ask me like, oh, will you be able to do this, and will you be able to do that? And I'm like, if you saw the space that I work out of, like, you know, if that is not something that I can offer at present, because the space I work out of is tiny. Like, it's why I have my like my interfacing. If people buy interfacing, I have it set so that I have it in my description that if you buy in quantities over 5 meters, it will come in quantities of 5 meters. So if you bought 10 meters, it would come in 2 lots of 5 meters. 2 reasons for that. One, I've got a busted shoulder and I can't lift out any more than 5 meters to fold. So I need to do it that way for one reason. 2, I don't actually have the space to push out anything more than 5 meters. Actually folded over is 2.5, and that is the maximum space that I have. So I have to be very logistical about it, and you'll be the same, because I've seen your work and space and what have you. So you have to be very, very logistical, strategic about what you do, how you do it. A, so that it works as a business, that you can pay your bills and everything, but B, so that you don't run yourself into the ground.
Yeah, it's important to keep everything juggling
Yeah.
in the way that's right for everybody, because I don't want because there's obviously with my boxes, there's a lot of people that are in my club that get my boxes, but then there's a lot of people in my club that don't get the boxes. So I don't want I don't want the whole thing about the boxes to encroach on my time on the club, because that's really important to me. And being able to, like we held a swap the other day, which was absolutely brilliant. It was so lovely. Definitely going to do another one in the summer. And we all met on Zoom, and I didn't partake in the swap, and the main reason was so that I could facilitate everything.
Mhm.
But it was, even though I didn't gift or receive, it was just so lovely seeing everybody open it and go, oh wow, this is my favorite color. And the gift giver is like thinking, yeah, because you answered all the questions and I know that that's your favorite color. I know that you've got a dog or a horse, or
Yeah.
and it was so lovely. But so yeah, it's like you say, it's important to make it right for you. And I don't want anything
Mhm.
to ever I have my 3 main pillars of my business: the patterns, the boxes, and then the club. And I don't want they all interchange, like people buy the boxes and the
Mhm.
patterns and the club, but I don't want anything to ever kind of merge or
Yeah.
push
Take
anything
higher
forward.
precedent than the other.
Exactly, yeah, they're all
Mhm.
important. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say the patterns, once they've gone into retail, are a little bit less important because they're kind of ticking over, um, unless there's any issues. But obviously, if they're, that's all done with my emails that I mentioned, when people can't download or something. So, um, yeah, it all works though. All feeds together, and just make sure everything is ticking along. Haven't dropped any
Yeah.
glass balls yet.
Mine sometimes are precariously balancing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So going through the chat there's so much love for that last box.
oh,
People like Elaine saying, "Oh my God, Emma, have you turned Deb to being a pink person?" Lots of people who were also saying that they're not particularly a pink fan, but absolutely love the fabric in the last box.
oh,
Andy saying he thinks it's the abstract pattern that makes the
mm,
pink look totally different. I
mhm.
made sure that I cut that fabric out before he got his hands on it. I keep coming in the sewing room and he's at my cupboard looking through my fabrics. But he puts me lights up, and
Yeah.
when I say things like I've been thinking about doing this and doing that, he makes it happen. So I can't deny him any of my fabric, can I? So sorry, Neve's just sending me a
That's right.
text message there. My WhatsApp message has come through on my computer and just messaging me with something about a house.
Oh,
I shall reply to that in a minute.
I will
Those
say, so
balls juggling.
juggling, I know, especially when you've got kids, and I'm sure it doesn't get easier when they get older. It just changes, so I hear.
The
But
demands change.
just demands, yeah. So I planned on only working out the next 2 boxes, but through everyone's suggestions and everything, I've actually worked out the next 4 boxes, which is cool.
Mm.
Yeah, so I know exactly what the themes are, what I'm going to do for them, and some of the hardware. Like I start off with the fabric. I start off with
Right.
the fabric, like either or, and the base of what I'm going to offer. So whether that's like your quilting cotton, your waterproof canvas, your vinyl, clear TPU, all of that, and then I think about what design I'm going to have with that, and then everything else comes with it. And I think, well, have I done webbing and zipper tape in the last one? Maybe I shouldn't do that one for the next one. Maybe I should do something else. Maybe we need some thread or some hardware, or pink or purple hardware, which people got very excited about. I will say that the love for that purple hardware, I think everyone was like, that purple box was the best. So I have discovered that purple is an absolute fave amongst most people. Yes, myself included, love purple. In fact, I've got purple and pink nails.
I've got sort of
Um,
purpley red nails at the moment.
yeah. I guess it's Valentine's, isn't it? So we're thinking along those lines.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yes. So what was I saying? I've completely lost my train of thought.
About
Yes,
the love of purple hardware.
So there will be purple at some point. I don't know if it's going to be that soon, but I am going to have purple coming back. Maybe not the purple hardware, but different things in purple. I've got some ideas that I'm just, careful not to spill the beans.
Well, that's really good that you've sort of asked that or answered that, because that was actually going to be my next question, was sort of how far ahead do you have to start thinking about each box? And sort of for the Advent box, how far ahead do you have to start thinking? Because obviously we're in February now.
Yeah.
Advent box, is December, but you have to start thinking about when does it need to ship. So when do you need to start getting things in to be able to pack it to ship? So when do you need to start designing? So how far ahead do you need to start planning the Advent box for?
So I have been very organised this year, and I have a wall calendar for every day up on the wall, and I have planned out what I'm doing for the whole year. When I'm doing my free challenges, because I do 2 challenges a year. One's going to be in April, one's going to be in September. So watch my emailing list if you're on there. If you're not, I can send Deb a link so you can join me, join us. So I know when my challenges are going to be. I know I'm away, as you know, Deb, for pretty much most of May, which throws quite a few spanners in the works for various options. I have a box going out in May, and then I have all my club stuff going out in May. So I'm figuring out how to. It's going to be fine. Don't panic, anybody. I will still be here.
That's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting, but I think I've figured it out. I have to be really on it. I have to make sure that the boxes go out. I leave on the 4th of May, so I need to have those boxes out before then. So end of February. It's like end of April. So it's just figuring out all those things. So in answer to your question, I know that the Advent boxes are going to go on pre-order in August this year. I was a bit later last year, and it kind of screwed things up a little bit for me time-wise.
Because we were sort of talking about it at the Festival of Quilts, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's August, wasn't it? I think. So is it August? Yeah, that's August, right?
Yeah, because that was when I planted the seed for the 24 days.
Yes.
And really threw a spanner in the works for you. So
I love you and hate you for that.
Yeah.
Hate's too strong. I would never hate you.
Just when you were packing them.
Yeah, I was cursing you a little bit. I wasn't hating you. It's like, what was I thinking?
I'll plan a few days in and I'll come and help this time.
Oh, you don't have to, but thank you. So in answer to your question, I'm already starting to think about it, because I've planned out the 4 themes of the next boxes, which is pretty much this year, isn't it? So got one for March, that's May, July, September, November. Yeah, so that's the 4 boxes for this year. So now my next thing is to think about the Advent box. So if anybody has any requests, colours, themes, anything like that for the Advent box, clapping in my microphone, you can put them in the comments to this video, and Deb can let me know, or post them in my group or in Deb's group. I'm always in there. And let me know, because
even if people email me, because my emails are always in there, I can forward them on to you as well.
Yes,
we can get them to you.
And you never know, it might happen.
Donna's saying tartan.
There's been a couple of requests for tartan, but then there's also been a few people hitting back at it that they don't like it. So I'm a little bit wary, because I feel like it's not suitable for everyone, and I have to be careful that it's not. I mean, nothing's ever going to be suitable for everyone, but I have to be careful that it's suitable for most. Yeah. So
like a tartan on a different base because normally you would get tartan in like a wool or a tweed.
Yeah,
but maybe it's a tartan on like a different base, and it just being one of, so obviously on this one we had it just been on one of the
Yes, yeah. I
Things
mean, I'm
could
not
be.
saying never. I'm not saying never. I'll definitely think about it. Yeah, it's just yeah. I know that. So I will say, I've not told anyone this, but if you there's going to be a pre-order period where you get some money off this year. So I haven't done that
I'll make
before.
sure I send Andy the link again.
Yeah, yeah.
for
So
not
there'll be
missing.
like a 2 to 3 week period where if you pre-order, because I always do a pre-order, it opens around August. Last year was September, and that's what messed me up a bit time wise. But anyway, it's going to open in August, and like I say, there's going to be a kind of loyalty discount, small discount for ordering early, to kind of make me feel better about you ordering early as well.
It helps all with your sort of planning to know kind of how much you need to order so that people aren't disappointed. And
that's the main reason why I do it, is obviously there's a cash flow thing because it's a huge amount of products that I have to order, especially now it's 24 days. That's all right, it's fine.
There's lots of love for blues and teals.
So we had teal in the first box, if you remember.
Blues and teals. I don't think I ever got the first box. I think I was about 3 or 4 in, actually.
Oh, I mean the first Advent box.
Oh, well, I didn't get the first Advent box.
Yeah, that was before. That was.
Yeah.
I don't have it here, but that's my bag that I wear all the time. That's my everyday bag. Is the teal. It's embossed with like a floral.
Oh yes, I know which one you mean. Yeah. Did you have some of that still left at the Stitch Festival?
Yes, we did. Yes. Yes.
I know which one you mean.
Yeah, but blue could be an option. Yeah, I need to think. Yeah, and do I do floral again? Because I've done floral the last 2 times. How many years have I done it? 3 years. Yeah. So it's whether we do floral again or whether people want something different. And if it's different, then what is it? Like I have to think.
It's trying to sort of making sure that you do something that appeals to everybody, but that's a little bit different. And
exactly. Yeah. It's working.
You'll boss it. You always do.
I will say this year I did have help. What's that?
Brian saying chickens.
Who doesn't love a chicken?
No. Ovs.
Is that chickens in the back? I can't see.
Yeah, this is chicken fabric.
Oh,
so I bought this at the Knitting and Stitching Show in Harrogate. Rainbow fabrics. I've got an absolute love for rainbow fabrics now. And yeah, I was just looking at some of their stuff and I saw this chicken fabric and I was like, I've got to buy some of that. Like, I just have to buy some of that in honor of Brian.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it ended up as a trailblazer.
Oh, it does look.
This is what I made in my club last month.
Oh, nice.
It was a bit of a labour. It was quite a beast, but we made it through. And Rainbow Fabrics came to the rescue when I needed extra fabric.
Oh, that's good.
And got it out to me the next. I rang up on the morning. They were like, "Yes, we've got it in." I was like, "Can you get it out to me really, really quickly?" And they were like, "Yeah, no problem." Got it the next day.
Oh wow!
Absolute. So big up to Rainbow Fabrics. They were absolutely amazing. So now I've got more chicken fabric. So.
That's good.
So yeah. So yeah. So if you want chicken fabric, Rainbow Fabrics have it in stock. Really send it to Brian. But yeah.
Oh.
But there's quite a few sort of mentions in the chat of some like abstract themes.
But you say abstract, but what do you mean? Do you mean geometric shapes? Do you mean more like the ink that I did? Do you mean circles? Do you mean paint splatters? I do definitely, out of the 4 boxes I've planned, trying not to think about what I can say. One is definitely, I will say, abstract but kind of nature.
Ooh.
That doesn't tell you what it is. It's not an animal. One is abstract. The other one is abstract as well. And then one is a few things, a themed thing. And then what's the other one? The other one is floral. Yeah.
I think, like, you know, floral's always quite a safe one to go for. And I wouldn't say like I'm a big floral fan, but I still like the floral ones. Like, I don't
Yeah.
get bored with them because they're all so different. Grumpy saying tie-dye.
Don't know about tie-dye.
Donna saying she loves the ink effect and the marble.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila is saying Art Deco.
Yeah, that would be
quite a good
nice.
one.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Electric. Elaine saying, bring my bag forward. Elaine, if you go and see my Monday video that I just put up, I did a in-depth show of that bag there. So rather than take over the podcast on that bag, because it's mammoth, it takes ages to go through. I did show it on Monday, as well as all the other bags. There's another chicken bag on there as well. Sue said she loves anything wolf. Hazel's also saying love a bit of Art Deco.
I think Art Deco would be popular, actually. Yeah, it has been suggested. It's not one of the 4, I will say that. So it won't be
So
this year.
it's the future one.
Could be in a future one. Yes.
Yeah.
But
you'll be able to go through all of the live chat replay and see any, and now to see if anybody watches on a replay and they put in the comments, you'll be able to come back in and have a look at any ideas as well.
I think that somebody has already guessed one of the 4. I will say that. I won't say anymore.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'll not ask on air. Do it my day. I'll ask you later.
So if there's any designers watching that want to get involved and want to have your coupon codes, I haven't got this ones here, but I always do. Let me fold it because it's not fair to show the actual codes. But I always have 2 other designers in there with suggested patterns, and the patterns go with the contents, so that you could add to it and make those bags. So if you want to be one of either of these, spaces within the leaflet, then just get in touch with me. I'm pretty prolific. You can find me everywhere. Just DM me. And we get you in. I've just got up to March, so I am looking for future designers, and then obviously would tell you what the fabric is, and then you can see if you've got any patterns that go with, or I can choose something from your catalogue.
It's nice to sort of keep it sometimes current as well, isn't it? So like not to be too far ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you've got something quite current and that ties in, it works really well, doesn't it?
Yeah, because although I am trying to be more on it, like I don't really send it off to print until like 3 weeks before. So like I haven't sent off the March leaflets yet, but that's like next week's job kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of thinking ahead, I used to just think for the next box ahead. I know you asked this a little while ago, but I used to just think for the next box ahead, but I'm trying to order in 2 boxes at a time now, which is good in a lot of ways for me, but it's not good in a lot of ways if you want to subscribe, because it means that I have to limit the numbers.
Yes.
So, and I think we're very close to maxing out on March, and we still have 20 days for people to sign up. So
get signed up.
Difficult. Yeah. And then I always have people going, oh, I've missed out on the extra boxes, and I'm like, because I didn't know you wanted them, and if you'd have subscribed then I would have known, and it's all like that. So it's come back full circle a little bit to what we were talking about earlier.
But then if anybody's sort of unsure about the type of things that they can get in the boxes, if they're going to be around at the Stitch Festival, they can come and see you, and they can get a feel for the types of things that you have in the boxes. And you've always got sign-ups for the boxes, the club, and
Yeah.
everything at the Stitch Festival as well, so they can
Yeah,
chat to
and
you
I
there.
do, and I do
You've also got your
special
patterns
deals.
as well.
Yeah, so I do. That's my next week's job as well, to order the patterns for the show. But I do special deals as well. So you sign up at the Stitch Festival, then you get a little goodie bag, and that's for the club and for the Bag Makers box as well. So it's always worth coming to have a visit, and just even if you just have a chat. It's
Yeah.
always
Oh,
nice to chat.
it was such fun.
Yeah.
It was mad sort of seeing how many people were so interested in the stand. And I think because it was so different to other things that were at the Stitch Festival,
Yeah.
especially up at the top, because that is more like the indie village, isn't it? Like on the mezzanine floor. But you don't get Elaine saying goodnight. She's got to go.
Oh.
You don't get really much bag making stuff at the shows.
No.
You'll get people that maybe sell a little bit of hardware, a little bit of zips, but you don't get anybody who
Like that's all they do.
specializes like you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I think I'll have more stock from previous boxes because I've got all the stuff from before, and then I've got the new stuff, and all of that's really exciting. And obviously new patterns as well as we go on. So I'll have like the Cabay there. That's my new one that I need to get printed. That's a different version, in fact.
I love that fabric.
Isn't that gorgeous? That's Meave.
Beautiful.
Meave Supplies. Yeah. And I love that tag. That is do you remember? No, the brand has gone from my head. I've got my little. Let me see if I can find it as I knock everything over. I'm very proud of myself. I had a big clear out. I guess it's the spring in the air. Little Rosy Cheeks.
Oh, that you got at the Knitting and Stitching.
Got a little fancy binder now. In fact, they're at the front. Yeah. Little Rosy Cheeks. I think she's going to be at Stitch Festival again. So she's definitely a good one too. There's so many good little indie businesses that you can just visit and find stuff that you might not have seen from their website, and obviously not pay shipping. Just have a chat, Do you remember I nearly lost my voice last year? So I have remember also we tried to book into the hotel last minute and we couldn't. So I've booked the hotel. So I'm going to have some make sure I have hot honey and lemon every night.
Yeah. that was such, I mean, obviously considering it's only sort of 40 miles where you live to where it is held. That journey was such a long journey. It was sort of like 2 hours.
It was brutal.
There, 2 hours back. Like I couldn't get over that because where I'm from, if it's 40 mile away, like it's like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Really. Maybe it's 50 at a push. Like, I can get to Harrogate in an hour.
Yeah.
Like I can't understand this. It's mad.
Yeah.
So I think that'll make a big difference to like your whole experience being right next door.
Yeah.
Just being able to sort of go to bed. Get up the next day. And
I've hired a van as well, which I'm quite scared about, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. What's the worst that can happen?
You were so brave driving in London.
Well, now I'm gonna have to drive a van in London.
Yeah, but only there and back. Like you drove backwards and forwards to London like 4 or 5 days.
Oh.
Like that was an amazing feat.
It was a lot, but yeah.
But you did it, and it was a brilliant experience.
It was so fun, but what was so lovely was to meet so many people from the community, like coming over and being like, "Oh, look, I did your challenge and I made this bag," and like different things like that. "Oh, I'm a club member and I maybe have been a bit quiet, or I'm a club member and I recognize them," and just like all of that was so lovely. And of course meeting new people as well, just being able to sort of meet so many people that love sewing. It's just so lovely. I think it's the best show because it's much more. I feel like it's much more modern than Knitting and Stitching Show. I think the venue helps with that. Being
Yes.
where it is, North London. I mean, Ali Pali is very cool, but it kind of feels like it's less.
Probably the building.
Yeah. And you've got a lot of knitting at Ali Pali, whereas you don't, even though it's Stitch Festival, so there is knitting, there's embroidery and crochet, obviously, but it feels like it's more sewing. Don't know what you think. Yeah. So,
I think you're right. I think the kind of building lends itself to being a little bit more modern, a little bit more funky. I think the fact that they have all the indie things up on that mezzanine, it is all in one room. It's not split into different zones so much. Like even the indie bit is a mezzanine. It's still in the same. You still get that sort of vibe that it's that hustle and bustle still, but it's not like the Thursday was obviously. I mean, I know I wasn't there the Saturday and Sunday, but the Thursday was like the busiest day. It was
100%.
just buzzing, and the energy was just like, like it was your event. I just went there to help, and I was buzzing from it. Like, I was just like, this is amazing. Like, this is just wild, and it sparked in me an absolute love of sewing shows, which I'd never been to before. Like, that was the first one that I'd ever attended. And I was like, right, I want to go to all the sewing shows. And I think I've been to every single one since. I'm like, right, I'm going to them all. And I wasn't even planning on going to Ali Pali in the knitting and stitching show. And then the week before, I was in London with my mum for the post office inquiry. So for those that don't know, my mum is somebody who is affected by the post office inquiry, and we'd gone down because there was somebody who she wanted to see being interviewed, questioned, however it's put. So me, my daughter and her went down for 2 days, and Deb drove, which was fun, and that wasn't even into the centre of London, that was just to the outskirts. And I took a wrong turn coming out, and I didn't realise how close it was to Ali Pali, and I drove past, and I ended up literally coming up past the front of Ali Pali because I should have kind of gone that way, and I ended up going that way. And I was just like, oh my God, this building is amazing.
It is.
And I wasn't supposed to be going. I was gifted some tickets by, the event organisers and stuff. And I was just like, right, that's it. I'm booking me train tickets. I literally went home, booked me train tickets, messaged my mum, and I was like, I'm going. She was like, I knew you would. I knew the minute we went past that building, you saw that building, you'd be like, I'm going.
It is a really, for those that don't know, Ali Pali is such a stunning building. It's right on the top. It's probably like one of the highest parts of London. So you can, even though you're not in central London, you can see right the way across on a clear day. It's just absolutely stunning. The whole
it's a
skyline.
Gorgeous view.
Loads of fields, not fields, but hills and grassy areas around. And then you've got all the beautiful stained glass on the windows. I think it is actually an old palace, isn't it? So
and then it was used by the BBC for broadcasting as well, wasn't it, for a while?
I think because it's really so high up. And the Business Design Centre where Stitch Festival is also really, really cool. It's just like architecturally it's cool, isn't it? It's all glass ceiling and everything,
and very easy to get to.
Really easy, easier to get to than Ali Pali because you're right near the tube and you've got loads of restaurants and everything nearby. But then,
that restaurant that we went to was amazing. I would literally, I think that's what I'm most gutted about being on holiday. I mean, I'm not going to get the same cuisine where I'm going on holiday, but like, I think I'm most gutted that I'm not going to be able to go back to that restaurant.
I'm going to need to see who's staying over and who I can go out for dinner with and see. Oh, I think Michelle's going to stay over one night with me.
Yeah. That would be so
It'd be
good.
really nice.
But
'cause
yeah,
she's helping.
but yeah, Ali Pali is what is the name of the train station? Because you get on the Northern Line.
There is
at,
there is Alexandra Palace, but there's also Wood Green,
yes, that's the one that I was thinking of, was Wood Green.
and they do
But
a
you
bus.
get King's Cross, and then literally, I think it is platform 9 or 10, not 9 3/4, but either 9 or
Waiting for
10.
that.
And it's a Northern train that you get up to, and then there's buses. So, and there's usually free buses that you can get on. But there is people that sort of saying in the chat that hill is brutal, and there is no way that I would have wanted to walk up that hill. But yeah, but it is, if you can visit, it is worth the visit. And obviously there is Knitting and Stitching Show in Harrogate, for those of us who are a little bit further north.
I need to visit that one, because I hear that that's in a really beautiful building as well, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is, and it's right in the centre of Harrogate. So you can come and stop with
I need to.
and Andy will drive us like he did the last time in all that snow. That was eventful. Or Andy saying, don't forget a like on the video, please. It makes all the difference to Debs, and she really appreciates your support.
Yeah.
Thanks, darling.
And also a little tip, if people don't know, because I always forget that people don't know this with YouTube, because obviously I know quite a lot about YouTube, is that if I know that the adverts can be really annoying, but if you can watch them, it really helps the creator so much, because it's not a huge amount of money that we earn, by the way, from the adverts, but we earn.
I was showing somebody that the other day, and they were like, really? And I was like, yeah, that was last month's earnings. And she was like, wow.
Yeah, like it's a couple of meals out if you're lucky. But that's not why we do it. But it does all help. That means that we can create more free stuff for you, and it's free for you. So I know it's really frustrating when you get an advert, but if you can, I mean, obviously you can skip it, but if you can go and make a cuppa or go to the loo, have a bathroom break, I should say, maybe for international friends. That really helps, because actually the longer you watch an advert, the more we get paid as well, as a little caveat. So yeah, and obviously the likes as well. Likes are massive. Likes, sharing, watching adverts is all free things that you can do. Leaving a comment, any comment, just a hi is great. We will reply and say hi back. But it all helps.
I always go down, and even if it is just sort of like liking and acknowledging the comment, I always do that. And I've been saying that for a lot of people on like Brandy's videos. For those that don't know, obviously Brandy is another YouTube creator who is going through quite a troubling family time at the moment and isn't able to create content at the moment. So I literally have her videos playing in the background on my other channel, because I've got like 2 kind of accounts for YouTube, and I just have her playing in the background so that she gets some YouTube money, because it doesn't cost me anything. It does not cost me anything.
That's it. But what's been, talking about Brandy, it's obviously she's going through a scary time, but what has been really, really lovely is seeing the community, like we're talking about,
comes back to what we were talking about.
And the support and love that she's had has just been so heartwarming, and she's gained so many new subscribers, which has been absolutely amazing to see, because that's only going to help her, whether she is able to get back soon or in 6 months or whatever, however long it is. It's only going to help, and it's free to like and subscribe. That's
so you're saying that she's been doing the same. Watching Brandy's videos and leaving them run overnight. So I quite often have her playing on my TV when I'm in the sewing room, because I actually really love her videos. I find her very relaxing to watch. She's got quite a calming way about her. But then I'll put them on overnight and just leave them running as well.
And she's a lovely human as well. Like,
she's really lovely.
She's really nice.
And I'm really enjoying watching Dawn, who is doing some videos on her channel.
I
Like,
don't know, Dawn, do I?
so Dawn is Brandy's friend.
Okay.
And she has been doing some lives on Brandy's channel
Oh, I
just to
see.
keep it
Sorry.
active.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I've been watching them, and I've been chatting with Dawn. So Dawn is going to come on the podcast in a few weeks' time. I think it's the week before I go on holiday. Just in case you don't know, I'm going on holiday. Like, oh my god, it's like the wedding all over again.
Oh, don't. Well, as you know, like I've mentioned, we're going away in May. We're going to Disney in May. And it's, I'm so excited because my eldest, who is now 13, she'll be 14, she is like fully into it. And she has been, writing down all the different restaurants she wants to go to. And then she's like, oh, there's this restaurant called Yaki and something. And I'm like, yeah, Yak and Yeti. Yeah, write that down. Because when we went before, she was a lot younger. But it was like my part-time job organizing it. So I know all the restaurant names. So then she's like, she's reminding me, and lots of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
Donna's saying, don't rub it in. I haven't been on holiday in 30 years.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, yeah. Me and Andy actually haven't had a full proper holiday ever in the whole time that we've been together. So we've been away like for weekends, long weekends, but we've never actually had a full week away ever. So this will be the first time. I mean, maybe we should have done that before we got married. We'll see.
We live together, so how hard can it be? It'll be
Andy
fine.
might be regretting his decisions. We'll see. Tracy's saying, "Are you going away on holiday, Deb?" Yes, I am very excited. I am very ready for a holiday.
Yeah.
It's not going to be hot when we go away because we're going away in March, but I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered about lying around a pool or a beach. Just want,
Listen, you work really hard. You deserve it. It's fine to be excited.
Going to be no phone. Well, if the phone's there, it's going to be in the room. If anybody needs me, they can ring Andy.
You better give me Andy's number then.
Yeah. Well, I won't. I probably won't even be able to send you stories because Andy doesn't have. Andy doesn't have social media.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Brian saying if Grumpy doesn't return, we'll know why. So people will just be pleased that I've gone away on holiday to get a break from me. They'd be like, yes, Deb's away on holiday. We get a break. Disney's going to be amazing. I'll be watching your stories to.
Yeah, I'll share as much as I can. And I'm definitely going to be doing a YouTube video that's connected as well, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to make a very special Disney bag. I know I've told you, Deb, but a very special Disney bag. Actually, I'm going to make 2, maybe 3 special Disney bags.
You have to get cracking.
I'm excited. And it is not going to be one of my own patterns, which I'm really excited about, that I can sew somebody else's pattern for a change.
Wow.
I'm really excited because when that pattern came out, I was chatting with the designer and I was like, oh, I really like it, but I'm not going to have the chance to do it. But this is forcing me to do it. Sometimes you need a reason to force you, don't you? So this is good. This is very good.
Sue saying, what am I going to watch while you're away, Debs? But you do deserve a break. So do you, Emma.
Thank you.
Have to go back and watch all the old videos.
Yeah, you won't miss us.
John is asking, is it a modified Hugo?
For me?
Yeah, is that what you're making?
No.
Well, we'll just have to watch, wait and see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Debbie's asking, what is Brandy's channel called? I'll pop a link to Brandy's channel in like the notes of this chat. I know obviously we're supposed to be chatting about Emma, but
it's all right.
Emma doesn't mind because we've both posted about Brandy's channel at various times.
It's nice to support people when we can, it's good. It's all good.
You never know what's around the corner, do you?
No.
So yeah. And like we've just kind of said before, it comes back to that community aspect, isn't it? That, it might not be much what you can do. Brandy's in Canada, we're in the UK, but the community as we have it means that you're able to come together and support, even if it is just watching videos, liking a video, sharing a video. It's a small thing, but it has a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Brian's asking, which Disney are you going to?
The only Disney. No, I'm going to Florida. Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm very excited. I've got 18 nights there. So we're doing split Disney and Universal. In case you're a geek like me, need to know all the information. Yeah, we're staying. Yeah.
Have you got it all itineraried out?
Almost. So when I went before, like I say, it was literally like a part-time job, not down to the minute or the hour, but I knew exactly what rides we were going on, what order to do them in, where we were eating. Like when the dining came out, I was on it and I booked everything that I wanted to. We had dinner in the castle when the fireworks were going off, and it was just amazing. So now the pressure's on to recreate as much as we can, because then the little one can experience it, because she's a bit older, obviously. So so there was a system that I bought last time. Sorry, I didn't go last year. Last time that I've bought again because it's updated, and I'm all for supporting small businesses. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy that again, and I need to. In fact, I think I'm going to get Layla to go through it all and plan it all out, because she's been getting really into it. So
it's worth it though, isn't it? Like doing something like that for somebody who has all of that knowledge, who's done all of that groundwork, that can just take that pressure off, that that you can then go right, well, I want to do this and this, you know, when you need to book it, how you need to book it, where you need to go, what you need to do, and it just 100% worth it.
Just makes sense.
So well, I think you're just going to have the most amazing 2025, not just because you're going to Disney and you've got exciting things going on that way, but with Studio 77, I just think it's going to be. 2024 was an amazing year, but I just think 2025 is just going to be the most fantastic year.
I just can't believe how much is like on my calendar already. I'm like, okay, so I'm literally doing like, there's no space to do anything else, but it's fine, because I'm going to Chicago at the beginning of May, then I come back for a week, and then I'm away. I'm going to have to go and get the door for my daughter. You're going to have to bear with me one second.
No problem.
I haven't got a key, of course. Of course.
So while Emma goes and gets the door, if anybody is watching this who doesn't follow Emma, is coming across Emma for the first time, all of Emma's contact details are in the description down below. If I've missed any off that we have chatted about, I will go back into the description and just make sure that everything has been updated. So Emma's website, her YouTube, she can be found on Instagram, Facebook, all of the usual places. Just type in Studio 77 and Emma will pop up with her bright smiley face and her amazing glasses. You will find her, and you can follow her in all of the usual places. I'm just saying all of your contact details will be in the description down below. But but I can't wait to see what 2025 brings you. And I'm probably jealous about the Chicago trip, and I keep looking at it and thinking I'm just gonna join her.
Come with me. So,
Andy's going to be like, what Chicago trip? What are you talking about? And hello.
So just going through it, we've got in March we've got Stitch Festival. April we've got the free challenge, which are all very welcome to join. There's loads of prizes. It's a week-long pop-up group where we just have a lot of fun, basically. May, like I said, I'm away in Chicago, then I'm back, then I'm away in Florida, and a little bit of June. July, we've got another box coming out. August, the pre-order opens for the Advent. September, we've got another challenge. October, I think there's nothing. Oh my goodness.
November, maybe you'll have to do something in October.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be going to the Stitch Festival, not Knitting and Stitching Show.
Yeah, we'll do something.
And that's when I get to breathe.
Or we could just book a spa.
Yes, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Yeah. So it's a lot, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just really fun, like organizing all the different events and stuff, isn't it? And thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to do the challenge then, and we'll do another. Oh yeah, July's going to be another swap for the club. I've decided going to do kind of like a Christmas in July, because that was what was really fun. I know I talked about
July's my birthday too.
There you go. You have to get involved. Yeah, because it was really fun because I didn't want to do it over Christmas or for Christmas because everything is just so manic at that time. So we did it so that you had to ship on the 20th of January. So we opened it at the end of January, which meant that you could just ignore it until after Christmas and then kind of do it if you wanted. Or if you wanted to do it quicker, you could, so that was really nice. Beat the January.
I think people have so much going on in December, don't they, that they kind of don't really want other things to necessarily think about. It's December can be so manic. Sue saying knitting and stitching one day and the following day spa. Like you're thinking, Sue.
Yes. Sounds good. Sounds like a good plan.
Mary's saying sounds like a lot of hard work. Can't help thinking I'm in the wrong job. Hard work but fun.
It is fun. Yeah, it is a lot of hard work, but like we said earlier, we wouldn't have it any other way. Absolutely, it's just so grateful to be able to do this and have fun and be with the family and be able to make a living as well. It's just so amazing.
So if anybody wants to sign up for Emma's boxes, sign up for Emma's club, or just sign up for her mailing list and see what's going on throughout the year, her website is in the description down below. Go and check it out. So thank you so much for joining us. I didn't drink that much gin.
No, you didn't. So you drink it at all? Your eyes
I'm such a lightweight. I do need to get into training though for my holiday, otherwise I'm not going to make the most of it. But yeah,
is it all inclusive?
Yeah, ultra all inclusive. So
and where are you going?
Turkey.
Oh, it'll be nice and warm. It'll be so nice.
Well, it'll be sort of early 20s, I think.
Oh, that'll be
which is just nice for me.
Yeah.
I mean, menopausal, fairly chunky woman doesn't want it to be too hot.
Yeah,
early 20s is going to be just nice.
Early 20s is perfect. That is one thing about Florida I'm really not looking forward to. I've already got my eye on those fan things.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
One up here, one down there.
And the squirty thing and
100%. 100%. I'm so excited to sort of follow along on all the stories and see what's happening. Live vicariously through you.
It'll be good. All right.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you everybody who's been in the chat for joining us this evening. Next week we have Laura from the Specky Seamstress. So we were chatting about labels earlier on. Obviously Laura does bias binding as well, really sort of funky, quirky, different things. So Laura has sort of evolved in her business over the last few years and sort of diversed into labels and bias binding. So while it isn't typically bag making, I'm kind of really excited to sort of chat to her about something that's a little bit different from the norm. So hopefully you will join us then next week at 8 p.m. You'll find all the links in all of the usual places. So I will see you then. Until then, enjoy your week. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.